So this is what we call a dramedy. It's a drama/comedy. So yes, it is sad, and please feel free to cry, to sniffle, to do whatever you need to do. But it is also sometimes a comedy, so please don't be afraid to laugh at the appropriate parts. The kids really feed off your guys' energy with that. So, okay, we're going to go time it, and I think we're going to get ready to go. So, thank you so much for coming. Enjoy the show.
Chamberlain, take the stage.
Always lose.
I know, but we at least make a first down.
I don't know why you guys are so surprised. I mean, the Clearwater Cubs haven't won anything since we won the Jerry Lewis Telethon.
I don't care. It was still my first homecoming. My first homecoming in high school. My first homecoming date.
And where is Mr. Wonderful?
Yeah, Kelly. Tell Amy where Roger is. He's at home. His mom picked him up halfway through third quarter.
You probably have the only homecoming date in history whose curfew ends before the game does.
Don't sweat it, kid. We can't all be Miss Outstanding like your big sister.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that everybody in North America knew you to be homecoming queen.
Well, I didn't know.
How could you not know? I mean, you're head cheerleader, you're head of student council and National Honor Society. I mean, you won most likely to own a small country. Is this that big of a stretch?
You guys act like I nominate myself for these kinds of things.
No, Blair, that's not it. Look, I'm your best friend. We all love you, and we're really happy for you. It's just not a surprise. You know, it's like an unwritten law of nature. Ugly people marry other ugly people, and good things happen to Blair.
Come on, boys. Sit down and let your Aunt Mavis fix you up one of her double rich, thick pancakes.
And here they are now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting quarterback and two more of the Clearwater Cubs, who tonight set a new record for giving up the most points in a football game.
Amy, you're so rude. You weren't even at the game.
No, Kelly, it's okay. We actually scored that record last week.
Are you all right, Kyle?
All things considered, I really am. I'm amazed at how many times the human body can get hit and still function.
Well, I'm not sure I'm functioning.
Why would you say that?
Because there's no feeling in my right arm. I'm not complaining, because there's no pain, see? My only concern is when the feeling does come back, my arm will want to make up for all this lost pain. I am not looking forward to that.
Kyle, I didn't mean to sound like Amy, but why is it that the other team always seem to score so much and we don't?
I don't know. I think about that sometimes while my face mask is buried in the mud and I'm waiting for other people to get off of me.
Do you really enjoy it?
Oh man, we love it.
Here you go, boys. Oh, keep your money, darling. Amy, y'all look up when y'all are ready. I'm out of here.
If I hurry, I can catch Shanat's rerun episode of Friends.
See you kids later.
See ya.
Bye.
The only thing I really hate about tonight is that I didn't get to escort the homecoming queen. I'm very proud of you.
Thanks. I'm proud of you too. That is so cute.
I'm gonna be sick.
I don't believe it. Blair dates a quarterback, gets homecoming queen, and my date leaves me in third quarter.
You know, that's about the time the feeling went out of my arm.
Speaking of arms, Blair, what in the world happened to yours?
Oh, I don't know. I just now noticed.
Here, let me look at it. Jeez, Blair, are you sure you didn't play quarterback tonight?
I didn't notice that before we left the house.
I didn't either.
Does it hurt?
Well, it's kind of sore.
We could have Coach look at it.
Yeah, Todd, that's a great idea. He'll twist your arm around, Blair, and mash the parts that are bruised. Then he'll say, "Ain't no bone sticking through. Tape it up and get back out there." Then he'll tell you how he used to play, back before there were face masks, and how it wasn't a good game unless you needed several stitches, and how he walked to school every day in the snow, uphill both ways.
Well, that sure does sound like a lot of fun, but I think I'm gonna have to pass.
You should still have somebody look at it, Blair.
I cannot believe you people are making that big of a deal just over a little bruise. I mean, the homecoming crown probably fell off her head or something. Now look, it's 11:15, and I know for a fact, Shelby Stevens, that if you're not home by 11:30, your mom will send the highway patrol out after you. And as much as I love it here at Club 21, I'm ready to close out.
Yeah, Amy's right. If I don't get you home, Kelly, then I can kiss my senior year goodbye.
So you mean I don't even get to drive you home?
No, I'm sorry. We took my mom's car.
You know, Blair, you could ride home with Todd, and I could drive Mom's car.
Yeah, sure. And I'd be allowed to leave the house when I'm 30. Call me in the morning, Kyle?
I can't. We have to report to the field house to watch tonight's game film.
Yeah, it's like having to relive the album.
Oh, hey Blair. What are you doing here so early? Don't you have cheerleading practice or something?
Well, now that football season is over, we don't practice every day. Instead, we're going to the gym to paint basketball signs. Shelby went to go get the paint, and I told her I'd meet her here.
Well, I for one am glad football season is over.
You mean because we're not very good?
Lord no. We're worse at basketball than we are at football. I just get so tired of hearing the guys brag about their injuries. I mean, it's like they're actually proud of it or something. You know, most players brag about how many passes they get or touchdowns they make, and ours say things like, "My knee swelled 3 times its normal size last week," or "I got hit in the face so hard I bled like a stuck hog." It's disgusting.
Amy, I've got to run too. Well, hello, Blair. How's your mama?
She's fine, thanks.
She is the best Sunday school teacher that our ladies class has ever had. She is so much more interesting than poor old Mrs. Downey. Bless her heart, she tries, but that woman could put the Lord himself to sleep while she's trying to read one of the Psalms.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Amy, I'm off to the Cotton Curl to have my hair done. I might be back. I might not. It seems the older I get, the longer it takes to achieve the desired result. Well, hello, Shelby.
Hi.
Bye now.
Okay, this is all I could find.
Pink and green? Shelby.
Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but our school colors are red and white, and basketball's kind of an orange color. And you're gonna paint pink and green signs.
Well, we used all of the red and white during football season, and we've hardly used the orange so that it sat there and got hard. The paintbrush got stuck in it. I pulled it out and it was a giant popsicle stick.
Shelby, this just won't do. We'll have to go to the store and get some more paint.
Whatever. I didn't want to paint the stupid signs anyway.
Now that you mention it, neither do I. Gosh, I'm so tired.
Blair, every time I see you lately, you're tired. And I mean, I don't get that. All you do is go to school, do your little pom-pom thing after, and then go home to your perfect middle-class family. I mean, what if you had to go to school, bust your butt to get here by 3:30, close this joint down sometime after midnight, and wonder if your mom's gonna come home?
Shut up, Amy. You don't have any idea of what's going on.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Cool it, will you, Shelby?
I'm sorry, Blair. I know you told me not to say anything, but Amy needs to have a clue before she starts running off at the mouth.
Something really is wrong, isn't it? What is it, Blair?
It's nothing.
No, it's something. Shelby knows I always go running off at the mouth, and it's never bothered her before. Now, what is it?
If you tell anyone, I'm going to kill you.
Promise.
Do you remember a few weeks ago during homecoming when Todd noticed that bruise on my arm?
Yeah, and?
Well, I didn't exactly tell the truth. I, in fact, did know the bruise was there, and I had several bruises, and I still do.
Blair, is someone hurting you?
No, it's nothing like that.
Then, what is it?
Tell her about the bleeding.
The bleeding?
For about a month now, the inside of my mouth. You know, my gums have been bleeding for no reason.
You've got to go to the doctor.
I have. Twice.
Well, what did they say?
Shelby. Shelby, please don't do that. Everything's gonna be okay.
Blair, what did the doctor say?
He wants to run one more test. But he's concerned that I might have a form of leukemia.
Come on, Amy, say something. He's wrong. What? It's the doctor. He's wrong. I mean, who ever heard of some beautiful 18-year-old girl having some stupid disease like leukemia? He messed up, and he's wrong, Blair. That's all there is to it.
Amy, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. I go running off the mouth feeling all sorry for myself. I didn't know you were sick, Blair. I promise I didn't.
I know.
And what's the matter with you, Shelby? You're supposed to insult me long before I make that big of a fool of myself.
I tried, but some things are unpreventable.
Blair, how are your parents?
Pretty good. Mom's kind of taken charge of the whole thing. She asked the doctor a million questions, and no matter what he'd say, she'd just kind of squeeze my hand and then tell me that it would be okay. I am a little bit worried about my dad, though. He came and sat on my bed for the first time since I was a little girl. He tried to tell me that God only puts tough people through tough times. But he couldn't quite get the words out.
How is Kelly?
Kelly's like Amy. She's convinced that the doctors made some kind of mistake or switched the blood work, like on one of those movies where the babies get switched at birth.
Have you told Kyle?
No,
Blair?
and I'm not going to, at least not until we know something for sure.
Blair, are you sure that that's the right thing to do? I just think that Kyle would want to know.
Oh, I know he would want to know. He just doesn't need to know. You see, Kyle's a worrier. Every time we hang out, he worries that he'll get me home 5 minutes late and we won't be able to hang out next week. When we lose a game, he worries that the whole team will be mad at him and think it's his fault. When we're together, he worries that he's not giving me enough space. And then when we're apart, he worries that I'll be mad at him because he hasn't called me enough. And there's really nothing that Kyle can do in this situation except for worry. So I'm not going to tell him. And you two better not tell him either. At least, not until we've run one more test.
What kind of test are they going to do?
They call it a spinal tap. From what I understand, they insert a long needle into my back and draw out some fluid. If I have cancer, it should be present in the fluid.
When are they going to do it?
Thursday.
Do you have to stay in the hospital?
Well, the whole thing takes place in the hospital, but I won't have to stay for very long. It only takes about an hour.
When will you know?
We have an appointment Friday morning. They'll go over the test results with us then, so I'll have to miss both days of school. So you two can't let Kyle know where I am.
Sure. Blair Parker, who has had perfect attendance since kindergarten, suddenly misses 2 days of school in a row. And when her boyfriend asks us if we know where she is, we go, "No, Kyle, I haven't seen Blair. But you know, in a graduating class of 39, it's really hard to keep up with everybody." Like he's gonna believe that.
Amy's right, Blair. You have to talk to him.
No. If this turns out to be nothing, then I don't want to worry him for no reason. And if it doesn't turn out that way, just cover for me, please.
Fine, but I think some honest, serious lying is the only chance we've got.
Thanks. I'm getting pretty tired now. I think I'm gonna head home.
It's gonna be okay, Blair.
I know.
Call us if you need anything.
All I need is for you to pray.
All the time.
Well, I've got to close up.
I guess I'll get some more paint.
Shelby, do you really think Blair knows I didn't mean all that stupid stuff I said?
Relax, Amy. Nobody takes anything you say seriously.
Thanks. What do we do if the test is positive?
We celebrate.
You numbskull. Positive means she has cancer.
That doesn't sound very positive to me. Besides, it doesn't matter.
Why?
Because the test is going to be positive or negative or whatever it needs to be for Blair to be okay. We just have to believe that. The doctor was wrong. Remember?
Where have you been all my life? Well, maybe not all my life, but where were you the last 2 days?
Oh, what's the matter? Are you afraid I was with some handsome, mysterious stranger?
In Clearwater?
It could happen.
The only mystery we've got is how Earl Jenkins, a man who keeps goats in his front lawn, got hired to do landscaping for the city.
Maybe the goats keep the grass mowed.
Hey, where is everybody?
Oh, you know Mavis always closes for Christmas. Amy gave me her keys, so we could get in.
How come you wanted to meet here before we go to the Christmas party?
Because I wanted to be with you. I need to talk with you.
So talk.
So, did you bring my Christmas present?
That's not talking, that's asking.
Oh, come on, Kyle. We can talk later. Let's open presents now. Here, you can go first. Just open it.
Oh, cool! How did you know I wanted it?
Oh, come on, Kyle. Every time we go to the mall, you try it on.
I was hoping that would work. Thanks.
You're welcome. It looks very good on you. Okay, my turn. Did you wrap that yourself?
I'm sorry, just open it. It's a promise ring.
I know.
You don't like it?
It's beautiful.
It just means that we promised to be here for each other. I know we're too young and it's too early to plan for the future. I'm not asking...
Kyle! I'm sick.
What?
Kyle, you have to listen to me. I'm very sick. I have cancer.
Oh, come on, Blair.
Kyle, it's the truth, and we have to talk about it.
It can't be the truth. Because the truth is that old people get cancer, Blair, not seniors in high school.
Kyle, please.
When did you find out?
We've suspected it for a couple months.
Months? And you thought you'd just wait till now to tell me? Where were you the past 2 days?
The Mayo Clinic in Rochester.
Why, Blair? Why didn't you tell me? I would have been there.
I know. You would have been there, and you would have been a nervous wreck, and you wouldn't have been able to do anything for me. There was no reason to put you through that.
You don't need me?
Come on. You know better than that. I just had to handle this the best way I knew how until I knew exactly what was going on.
So, exactly what is going on?
I have acute myoblastic leukemia.
What does that mean?
The doctor said it was like the cells in my blood were at war with each other, and my body was the battleground.
So what are they gonna do? I know they have all kinds of treatment.
They call it drug therapy. They shoot me full of massive amounts of drugs to try and kill off all the bad blood cells. But the drugs kill some of the good cells too. So they have to shoot me full of even more drugs to try and fight off the infection.
When does all this start?
Monday.
I'm going with you.
Kyle, I want you with me as much as possible, but you have to remember a few things.
Like what?
Like, you have school. And with me having to be gone so much, you might have to tutor me if I'm ever going to stay caught up in government.
What a switch. The jock gets to tutor the valedictorian.
I may not be valedictorian.
Of course you will. You're at least 10 points ahead of everybody else.
Kyle, that's not what I mean. Look, we have to be honest with each other and realize that these treatments might not work.
Shut up, Blair.
Kyle Wilson! You've never told me to shut up before.
I'm sorry, but you have to promise me that you'll give that speech at graduation, no matter what. Promise me, Blair.
I promise.
I'm never going to finish this research paper, and I'm not going to pass English. I'm not going to graduate.
You will not pass go. You will not collect $200.
Exactly.
Shelby, she ain't get so stressed out.
And I suppose you finished your research paper?
Weeks ago.
How? I never see you do anything.
The key is to understand the assignment.
And just who did you pick?
Well, Bob Barker.
Who?
Bob Barker. You know, the guy who hosted The Price is Right?
How does that fit the assignment?
Famous person. Bob Barker. Significant person that we had to do in our assignment. The Price is Right. For more information, see The Price is Right. Finished project.
Oh, Aaron, maybe you better go back to Jockland before you give Shelby a migraine.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, nothing. Aaron was just explaining the finer points of journalism.
How are you doing, Blair?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'll tell you how she's doing. We just got back from Rochester, and the doctor said that she's responding so well that she's almost in the stage right before remission.
That sounds great.
Well, if anybody can make cancer sound good, then I guess it's Kelly. But I am glad that seems to be heading in the right direction. Hey, have any of you seen Kyle today?
He hasn't been here.
He wasn't at school today. We just figured he went to the hospital with you.
No, not this time. He didn't call last night or text this morning.
Maybe he's in the library working on his research paper. Huh, Shelby?
Shut up, Aaron.
Hey Blair, how are you doing?
Almost in the stage right before remission.
Is that good?
Well, according to Dr. Kelly, it's great. Hey, have you seen Kyle today?
No, I haven't. He didn't go to the doctor's with you?
No, not this time.
Hey man, where'd you go after school today?
I had to go into town to order my tux for the prom.
Oh, I haven't bought a dress yet.
That sounds so exciting. I wish I rolled enough to go.
No, you don't.
Amy, why would you say that?
Because I went last year. You spend too much money on a dress you're never gonna wear again. You take pictures in front of somebody's fireplace for an hour and a half. You go somewhere you've eaten before, but you act like it's special because you're wearing shoes that hurt your feet. And that wasn't bad enough. You do all at the Clearwater High School gym, decorating all of its sagging crepe paper, and it's so hot your arms leave sweat rings on the table. No thanks. Been there. Done that.
You mean you're not going to your senior prom?
You got it. I'm gonna open up this lovely establishment so that when you guys get bored after the first 30 minutes, you'll have someplace to go.
So, Todd, is your band going to play at the prom?
Yeah, we are.
Like that's a surprise.
Amy.
Well, we did kind of get the gig by default. It was either use our group or let the principal play records, and you know what his taste in music is like.
Is it bad?
God, it's awful. It's like Urban Cowboy mixed with Soul Train.
Speaking of playing, we're having a rehearsal at my house. Want to come with me, Aaron?
Well, it depends. Is your mom home?
I think so. Why?
Because if she's home, I'm getting something to eat.
Just come on.
Hey, Kelly, maybe Todd could go and run you by the gym. Yeah, if you don't mind. I'm supposed to be at driver's ed in like 15 minutes.
Sure, I'd be glad to.
Driver's ed. I remember that class fondly.
You should. You took it 3 times.
You're very quiet this afternoon, Blair. Are you sure that you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I guess I'm just a little bit worried about Kyle.
Why is that?
He's been so obsessed with me that he doesn't have a life of his own. He didn't run track or play baseball, and you know how much sports mean to him. He's convinced himself that if he works hard enough, then he can cure me. We had a really big fight the night before last. I told him that I didn't want him to go to the hospital with me anymore. I think I really hurt him, Shelby.
So call him and tell him that you're sorry and you didn't mean what you said.
But I did mean what I said. Look, I've got cancer. And when you have cancer, you're open to a whole world full of possibilities, most of which aren't very good.
But Kelly said the doctors were pleased.
Kelly hears what she wants to hear. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that it seems to be going in the right direction. And right now I feel okay. But I'm not naive to my future.
Blair, don't talk like that.
No, really, it's okay. I've got a good relationship with Jesus, and I know that whatever he has in store for me, it'll be okay. But I can't let Kyle plan his entire existence around me. He deserves to make a life of his own. And I don't want him to wake up one day and realize he can't do that.
But you're going to. You worked hard for 12 years. Now you deserve to wear silly-looking clothes and parade yourself out in front of everybody and get that piece of paper. Darling, I'm sorry, we're closed tonight. My kid's graduating and, well, I've just got to be here. You'll come back tomorrow, won't you?
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, Mavis.
For what?
For everything. I mean, if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have made it to tonight.
Oh. Well, honey, the way I see it, the good Lord put us on this planet for something besides messing up everything He created. He expects us to look after one another, and I expect you to do that as you get older.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the rest of your friends will be here any minute, and I want a bigger picture. I'm going to the back to see if I can find more film. Now, don't you mess up that hat.
I won't.
Hey, you ready?
Just about. Mavis is determined to keep the Polaroid company in business tonight, so get ready to have your picture taken. A lot.
Well, we wouldn't want it too long. If we get there too late, all the little cookies and sandwiches will be gone.
Aaron, can you not wait until after we graduate to eat?
Well, sure I can. I just don't see why we should.
Hey, has anyone seen Kyle?
Oh, he'll be here. He stopped at Blair's house. He's gone to pick up the picture.
How is he?
He's about the same. I'm really worried he's not going to take that football scholarship.
Oh, I hope he does. You know that's what Blair would have wanted.
Things really went downhill fast after prom, didn't they?
You know, I think deep down, Blair knew that it was almost over. She just didn't say anything because she didn't want us to worry, especially Kyle.
Hey, speak of the devil.
Hi guys. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's okay. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Oh, now don't you all just look gorgeous? Kyle, how's Blair's mom and dad?
Good. They said that they would be there tonight.
I was so glad they decided to have Blair's picture on stage. Kyle, why do you have that?
Kelly gave it to me.
What is it?
It's Blair's valedictorian speech.
What?
One time, I made Blair promise that she would give that speech no matter what. I guess when she realized she wouldn't be there, she had Kelly help her record it. She didn't want to let me down.
I'm not listening to that. Do you hear me? I'm not listening to that.
Now, Amy, the way I see it, making that tape was about the hardest thing Blair ever had to do. But she loved you all so much that she wanted to share this day with you any way she could.
Mavis is right, Amy. You know Blair, she always did have the flair for the dramatic.
My fellow classmates. Man, does that sound formal. You know, that's the neat thing about Clearwater. You don't need formality because everyone here is family. That's what you all are to me, my family. I know this is a strange way to give this speech, but you see, I made a promise to a very special person. So here goes. I guess my goal is to challenge you all to go far in life and to live your dreams. Please remember that I share many of those dreams with you, and it looks like I'm gonna need your help now more than ever for those dreams to come true. Oh, don't worry. I'll be watching over you all the time, and don't worry about me either. I'll be exactly where God intends me to be, in a wonderful place prepared especially for me. He has amazing things planned for each and every one of you, so go out and find them. I can't wait to see you all again, and I'm gonna miss you all so much. It's been such a great senior year. God bless all of you. I'll love you all forever.
Some thank yous and things before we get started. Please take this time to silence your cell phones. Do not disturb, vibrate, whatever, the whole shebang. Okay? We want to say an especially big thank you. There are thank yous listed in the program, but an especially big thank you to the Silver Dollar Bar. They have loaned us 3 tables and 9 chairs for about a month. And so we just really appreciate them doing that for us. Also a big thank you to our wonderful admin, Dr. Zeitz, Mr. Steppenberg, Mr. Nelson, Ms. Pazur, and Michelle. Yeah, Michelle. We gave them our little gifts before, but we're going to call them out again. We have 3 wonderful seniors this year who have done a great job on this show. In his very first show, we have Amiel Pretty Sounding Flute. Spotlight Extraordinaire Claricia Cook. Riley Fox. Yes, she still got it in her pocket, but we gave it earlier. So thank you, seniors. You guys are awesome. You rock. Thanks.